Hey, Brandon here from Drumeo, and for years I've been hearing drummers say things like, there's nothing like the sound of a vintage kit. But what does that actually mean? What is the real difference when we record the audio and actually take a look at what's happening in terms of the sound? That's what this video is all about. So over here, starting with the vintage kit, this is a mid-1960s Gretsch round badge. These are 6-ply gum shells, 12, 14, and 20. Moving over here to the modern comparison, this is a 2021 Gretsch Broadcaster, same sizes, 12, 14, and 20. So to get an accurate comparison from each kit, we're using the same heads here as we're using over here, the same microphones, and we've gone ahead and made sure the tuning is as close as possible between both kits. Here we go.
Okay, so we're gonna start out. I thought it'd be fun if we kind of did like Pepsi Challenge style thing with the blindfold thing.
Now I'm gonna pick this up and tell me which one you chose. Pepsi.
You said, hey, I'd really like I'd like it if I got my own kits wrong, which are the Gretsch. So yeah, so we're gonna start with the Gretsch, and we'll see what happens.
Let's do it.
Don't look up, don't say anything.
Okay.
Don't breathe.
Oh, that's vintage. That's definitely vintage.
Are you sure?
Yes. Definitely a higher... The kick sounds a bit more open on that one.
Final answer?
Yeah, that's vintage. First one was modern.
You're sure?
I'm sure.
I mean, you sound very sure.
That's my final answer.
Boom!
Yes!
Yeah! You nailed it, man.
Sweet.
Yeah. And
Sweet.
I mean, everything you're saying about it for sure. Totally agree. Yeah.
Like I listened to that and obviously those are two of my kits and I'm used to hearing those, but I don't know exactly why one of those sounds vintage or sounds modern. They have a unique sound in themselves, but I'm curious to see like what actually in those waveforms or in the audio actually tells that.
Totally.
You know?
Well, I mean, the few things you started to describe it at first is exactly why, and I mean, the nuances of the drums and the imperfections more so in the vintage, or why it has those kind of ultimate, final tones and nuances to it. But yeah, I mean, let's check it out. Vintage.
Yeah, the modern is definitely a more well-rounded sound.
Yeah, it's like if I was going to EQ that vintage floor tom there, I would grab an EQ and I would literally scoop out that portion of sound that I said that I'm hearing that I don't really like, and then I try to make it sound more like that modern. So it's just kind of through 60 years or whatever, they figured out how to engineer that.
Next up, we have two Ludwig kits we're looking at, starting with this 1960 vintage downbeat kit. 12, 14, and 20-inch kick. These are 3-ply drums, mahogany, poplar, and mahogany with some maple re-rings in there as well. And then for our modern Ludwig kit, we have a classic maple kit, of course, all maple shells, except this one is 22 for the kick, and then a 12-inch rack tom and a 16-inch floor tom.
Okay, so you're just looking at the session.
I'm not looking at the session. I don't know what's going on here.
I'm
not looking. I'm not looking. Okay. Okay. Oh, jeez. This one's harder.
I know.
Oh, that one's really, really tough. My goodness. What kind of kit was it?
Ludwig.
A Ludwig? Oh man. So if I go by my bass drum principle, the first one sounded like the modern kit, but the first one's Tom sounded really, really dry. You know what? I'm gonna go with my gut. And I'm gonna say the first one is the modern kit, the second one is the vintage kit.
Always trust your instincts, Dave!
Woo! Holy cow. So
I
it's
felt the exact same thing. Like, yeah, the same thing. And then the toms on the vintage were surprisingly kind of carved out and warm and, and everything, where it sounded more of the modern sound. So, yeah, totally.
But I mean, I've listened to I don't know how many kits in this room by how many players.
Yeah.
There's like, it was a minute, and I was almost a guess. It was almost a guess.
Next up, we're looking at two Yamaha kits, starting with this D30 1960s kit, 12, 14, and 20. And these are made of Luan and maple. It's a hybrid shell. And our modern Yamaha kit is a tour custom kit from the 80s, made of mahogany and birch, also in 12, 14, and 20. Now, even though this kit is from the 80s, it's a great representation of Yamaha's modern drum building technology.
Okay, Tyson, so, man, you are the man behind all of these drums and the sounds and everything here. We're going to try to trick you.
Let's try.
I don't think it's going to work. I have a lot of faith in you. When was the first time we were on camera together? Or last time we were on camera together?
Oh, we can't show that.
These are Yamahas. Don't look.
I'm not looking. Same mics?
Same everything.
Same tuning, like through the drum dial or whatever?
That's the modern Yamaha kit.
Wow, you didn't even hear the other sample yet.
Didn't have to.
Damn.
Did that kick drum. There's that vintage kick drum.
It's the same snare drum too.
Same snare drum on both ones.
Yeah. You sure?
Yep.
I'd say the first one is vintage, the second one's modern.
You sure?
Yeah.
Would you bet your company on this?
Nope.
Man, I'm sorry, you were so...
Correct!
Yeah. Dang it. Yeah, it sounds so similar.
Oh, man. So I'm curious, like, what you heard that was different, mostly.
For me, it's the density of the sound in that kick drum.
Yeah.
Just that it's so thick. You can't really hear both of the heads. You hear it all as one big sound.
Totally.
Where with the vintage drum, you can kind of pull apart the sound of what's resonating without any attack. The front head on that kick drum versus the attack on the back on the batter head.
I love that description. It almost tricks you, makes you think that it is though, because like we hear, it's like almost a little high-end flutter from that front head reso on the vintage one, but it is slightly behind in time, from the actual initial attack, and you hear that really commonly on a lot of vintage drums.
Yeah.
So this is the modern.
This is another one.
Same one.
Uh-huh.
So modern, and then the vintage.
You didn't do
Yamaha.
anything to
No.
EQ? This is the vintage?
Yeah.
Yeah, now it makes sense. That bass drum. I should have known with the bass drum.
Right.
Sounds thinner.
And that's generally what we're hearing across the board is just more of a thinner sound, less
Yeah.
scooped out in the low mids and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's okay because Dave cheated, and so
Yeah,
I mean he
for
looked
sure.
up.
Well, he always
yeah.
cheats.
Yeah.
We always know that.
So we learned a ton there in the control room with Victor about what actually makes a vintage kit sound different from a modern kit. But now it's your turn to test your ears to see if you can tell the difference between a modern and a vintage kit. All right, so that concludes our comparison of modern and vintage drums. I had a ton of fun playing all of these kits, and I actually learned a ton about what actually makes the sound of a vintage kit different from a modern kit. And that's coming from me, who actually plays both modern and vintage drums. So hopefully you got something from this video, and now I would love to hear from you. First of all, do you play a modern or a vintage drum kit? And second, I would love to know how many of the blind tests you got right.